What's going on, YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Oh yeah, feel free to share the channel with your peoples. Everybody is welcome. Let's get right into the story. Most relationships almost start off perfect, even if people have to lie and hide their flaws in the beginning. Of course, we all know nobody walking this earth is really perfect, but most people decide to settle for a partner they can tolerate and a person who best meets their needs and requirements. Time is always the test of real love. As years go by, some choose to get married, start a family, and by that point, usually the couple has been through some things and their relationship has been battle tested. Everybody's love languages are different. You have couples that greet each other in the morning, discuss plans for the day, love on each other, and know how to really deal with each other in order to keep the relationship healthy. But in a lot of situations, while most people are so scared to get married, is out of fear of that toxic love. Arguments, insecurities, fights. Everybody knows a couple like that. When you see them, you know by the end of the night and a few drinks later, they probably will be beefing, cussing and fussing about something from years ago. Some even got a name for it. And in our community, we kind of glorify it. It's ghetto love. When two people grew up together, ran in the same circles, had made it past all the cheating, fighting in public, one getting put out, and still no matter what, somehow they find their way back to each other. Everybody knows it's unhealthy, but in their eyes, that's how they show love. But at some point, one of the individuals might look up one day and say, I can't be in this relationship no more. And the hate that was disguised as love might just come out. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Columbus, Mississippi to discuss a case of a woman who ended her marriage and her husband's life while on Facebook Live. Back in 2023, everybody in the community knew married couple Jeremy and Kadejah Brown, both 28 years old. The two had 4 kids together and had met years prior. Some say their relationship went all the way back to middle school. So by the time they got grown, they decided to make that big move and jump the broom. Jeremy was described as a hard-working husband and father that took care of his family. Always took them out on his off days and kept them in church. He also loved and took care of his wife as well. He often wrote posts on social media about how much he was in love with her. Kadejah was also described as a devoted mother and wife who took pride in their union and their family, having fun and geeking with Jeremy when they had time away from the kids. But behind all the social media pics and smiles, every couple has issues. And according to family, the couple's relationship was toxic. They would often argue and it would get physical, even around the kids. The arguments usually stemmed from Kadejah accusing Jeremy of cheating. The two would always get to the point they would put hands on each other. They shared the apartment and often Kadejah would call her mother or family members when they were beefing, or Jeremy would call his or either just leave until the situation cooled down to go to his mother's house. On the night of March 24th, 2023, the couple were back at it again. They had gotten to another argument and Jeremy had left the home that night, causing Kadejah to call her mother to come over and help out with the kids. As morning hit, that next day on the 25th, Kadejah got up and got on Facebook Live to vent to their circle about how whenever they fought, Jeremy would run to his mother's house and leave her home with the kids all by herself. Her mother could be heard in the background stating they needed to get it together because she was tired of coming over playing mediator as she was in the kitchen making breakfast for the kids. Kadejah knew Jeremy had to come get his work clothes, as his routine was get ready at home, go pick up his co-worker, and be at the job by 9 a.m. By this time, it was a little bit after 7 in the morning. As she went on about her husband not staying home and leaving her with the kids every time they got into it, her attitude went from calm to pumped up when she heard keys in the door and saw Jeremy walk in the house. He was on the phone with somebody and told Kadejah he was just coming home to pick up some clothes and leave out for work. You could hear her telling the man how sorry he was for leaving her alone, and also her mother chiming in saying she was tired. But Jeremy's big thing was for Kadejah to stay a few feet away from him, so him and her wouldn't put hands on each other. She started getting aggressive, grabbing his keys and pushing his head, as he told her to stop before he either called the police or his girl cousin to come over and put her in her place. Clearly upset, Kadejah kept pushing the issue, blocking rooms and items to slow Jeremy down from leaving the house. Then it got serious as she put hands on the man. He retaliated and pushed her, as the man yelled like, "Bruh, I told you stop touching me and let me get my stuff and just leave." This made Kadejah furious, and you can hear her in the background when she started cussing and saying, "Oh, this about to be a murder scene," as she went to the room and grabbed her gun. The live video was still playing audio, but her phone was down and the screen went black. As she showed she had grabbed the weapon, Jeremy was telling her he should call the police and advising her to put it down. The man stated, "See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm gone now." In the video, you could hear Kadejah's mother stating, "Put the gun down. Don't do nothing crazy. Y'all chill out," as she kept antagonizing her husband. And then a loud bang erupted. That's when you heard screams and her mother asking her, "What did you do?" And Kadejah crying, saying, "I'm going to jail." Then they both ran out the house, leaving the kids to see their father shot. Someone called local police, who responded to the apartment to find Jeremy suffering from a gunshot wound to the head, also a 9mm handgun. He was rushed to a local hospital, but unfortunately, he wouldn't survive his injuries. Kadejah quickly told police it was an accident and the gun went off by mistake. But the live video was now going viral, as they heard and saw everything that happened. They decided it couldn't have been an accident, as the woman went to retrieve the gun and stated this was about to be a hit. Kadejah was taken into custody, charged with first-degree hit and a slander her husband, and held on a $750,000 bail. As the live video went viral, people felt she already had plans on not letting Jeremy leave the house that day. Some felt like Kadejah was waiting for him to come home and the situation was premeditated. That's why she called her mother to make sure somebody was there with the kids. But everyone stated the couple were no stranger to being physical with each other. But it seemed like this time, Jeremy was trying to do the right thing and just get his stuff and leave. As the case started making its way to court, Kadejah kept saying the shooting was an accident. But the problem was, why did she grab a gun in the first place? The judge felt like Kadejah was trying to poke at the man and provoke her husband into a fight, as she cried and stated she was sorry. Jeremy's mother sat and listened, but she also wanted justice for her son. In the end, Kadejah was sentenced to 40 years in prison on second-degree hit charges, with 34 years to be served behind bars and 6 to be served on supervised release. Jeremy's mother and family spoke out. They felt like that particular situation could have been avoided, and her son was getting tired of the toxic cycle and wanted out. She was happy he got justice. The judge told Kadejah she was so worried about Jeremy leaving the kids, but she made it worse. Now their father and mother is gone. It's not clear if they are in the custody of family or not. Rest in peace to Jeremy. I send my prayers and condolences to the family, especially the kids who had to witness their father being taken by their mother. All couples argue and some even fight on each other. Some people think that's love, that I'm so mad and I love you so much, I'm going to fight you instead of letting you go. But sometimes when a relationship has ran its course, you just got to accept it and keep it moving. It seemed like Kadejah was upset she wasn't getting the normal reaction that she was used to getting out of Jeremy, and her ego couldn't let him leave like that. So she kept provoking the man to get a reaction, which she thought was grounds for taking his life. It was definitely a selfish act. She couldn't have been thinking about the kids. But I'm going to leave this one open for discussion. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the situation in the comments. And have you yourself ever been in a relationship so toxic you felt like you had to leave or were in with one of y'all gone? Let me know. And remember, we got to succeed not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Yeah, man, crazy story. Rest in peace to Jeremy. I remember when this first happened, the video went viral. I watched the whole thing. I was like, that's crazy. But a lot of people was trying to say she was accusing him of being in a relationship with men, women, all kind of stuff. But that could have been her reason for justifying why she had to do that to him in her mind. Because when I seen the video, I felt like she was going to already do it as soon as he walked in the house. But yeah, y'all leave it in the comments. I ain't gonna talk too much more about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. It's another episode of Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. Love, fam. I'm out.